Sorry guide here today as we do make our way through Harambe Wildlife Reserve. If you look above you, you'll find an animal spotting guide that'll start giving you an idea of some of those animals we may find out there. And friends, if you haven't done so yet already, I do recommend pulling out those cameras or those phones, since I'm not able to stop for each and every single animal for those photos. Now friends, while we are out there, it is important that everybody does remain in their seats at all times, keeping all arms, legs, everything inside the truck. There is going to be a lot of rough road and some bushes of thorns as well. Now we are starting out our journey here today in the Little Ituri Forest, where a lot of animals generally do have some really good camouflage. So we're going to want to keep an extra close lookout, since you never know exactly where those animals are going to be. Looks like there is actually one out here to the right, brown body with those beautiful black and white stripes. That is an okapi. Now I know it certainly looks like it could easily be related to the zebra, since it has those stripes, but it's actually the only living relative of the giraffe. Just like a giraffe, it actually does have an incredibly long tongue, which is an extremely useful tool for the animal. The okapi, though, not exactly an animal that was easy to find. It was so reclusive and so well camouflaged, it was not discovered by the Western world until 1901. Looks like there's a water hole over here. We'll go ahead and investigate it. A lot of times areas with water are good places to look for animals, since all animals do require water. So we'll go ahead and get a little bit closer, take a look around here, see if maybe something's been attracted to the water. Although I'm starting to think maybe not, which if that's the case, we'll just cruise right on by. Now, habitats like these, though, they are important for a wide variety of animal species. Simply by recycling paper, we can actually truly make a difference, since paper is made from trees. So when you recycle, you do keep those trees around, keep forests just like these actually looking as beautiful as they are today. Ah, and I do see some animals up here, friends, a couple different species. There are some that are going to be a red copper color. That is a forest antelope species called the bongo. One's actually crossing the road right here. Now bongos, they do have a nickname, and that is the ghost of the forest. That's because they generally are extremely reclusive, but they can also maneuver through the brush very quietly as well. Now both male and female bongo, they do have horns. They lean a little bit back towards their body, and that's how they kind of maneuver so quietly. Tan-colored animals here to the left as well, those are greater kudu. They are the second tallest antelope species, standing about 5 feet tall at the shoulder. And friends, it looks like lots of you are noticing, but there are two baby bongo here to the left or right by the water. Yeah, look at how cute they are.
A mí esas son las Bambi.
Yeah.
De Bambi.
Love it when there's new life here on the reserve. Now friends, are you a fan of hippos? Yeah. Alrighty friends, well we're going to go ahead and make our way to the Safi River then, since we are pretty close by. The Safi River is usually a great place to look for animals like hippos, since there's lots of water in the area. Hippos can be a little tricky to find though, so you're going to want to look for something that looks like a giant rock, especially if it looks like it's moving around or blowing bubbles. That's a pretty good sign you're looking at a hippo at that point, and not around.
Hold on.
Well, I don't see any signs of hippo quite yet, but let me keep following the Safi here. This river is very long, so maybe we'll get lucky and see some better views of some hippo down the way. Now, when hippo are in the water, they can actually hold their breath for up to 8 minutes at a time, so that's why it's sometimes just a little tricky to find them. Now, I do see some pink-backed pelicans out here on this island to the left, and I definitely do see a hippo down the way as well. Now, I know they're called pink-backed pelicans. They kind of look a little gray right now. They'll form a pink color on their back when it's actually mating season. They're also one of the smallest pelican species, even though they still have a wingspan of around 8 feet long. And they do stay together in colonies as well, which is why there are so many. Oh, okay, you know what, friends? That might look like it's a good view of a hippo. Okay, good, all right, it lowered itself back down. Now, hippos, they are territorial. What we were about to see is actually a way that they can mark their territories. And friends, you don't exactly want to hang out when they mark their territories. It's not pleasant. But hippos, though, that is a group there. And when you actually see a group of hippo, you can say you're checking out a bloke. And they do communicate with each other as well. Those communications are called wheezes and honks. Looks like actually there are some Nile crocodile out here on the left. And friends, if I can have everyone please remain in their seats, so if I can have everyone at this time sit down, siéntate por favor. Thank you so much, friends. Now, Nile crocodile, they are anywhere from 16 to 20 feet in length. Nile crocodile, they actually do make some amazing parents as well. They are egg layers, and when it's their time, they'll take those eggs right into their mouth, slowly and gently roll them around. That way those little ones do have an easier time getting out of those eggs. It allows them to start like that on their right foot. As we do continue this way though, you might start to notice some changes to the plant life around here. It's gonna thin out and become a little bit different. That's because we're headed for an entirely different ecosystem altogether in this savanna. Because where a lot of those famous animals animals call themselves home, so fingers crossed we'll be able to find some of them. Now coming up here on the right is a beautiful tree. This is a baobab. I know it's going to look like it's growing upside down, but it actually is growing right side up. It's just leafless 9 months out of the year, which is a great way to preserve water, since it doesn't exactly rain on the savanna all that often. Now friends, you may want those cameras ready, because in just a moment we'll be at my favorite view of the entire savanna. I do think it is extra gorgeous from up here, and I certainly hope that you will as well. Many plants and animals, they definitely do call themselves home out here on the savanna, and I do see some animals way out there in the distance, so I'll need to try to get a little bit closer to them. Although, you know what, friends? I actually see some animals that are just going to be right to our right at the bottom of this hill. I do see some beautiful water buck. Water buck are actually personally my favorite animal to see out here on the reserve, because I do think they're extra cute. They have this brown shaggy fur, and they actually will secrete an oily, smelly substance from their fur that is thought to help waterproof them. When they wish to escape from predators, they're actually going to run into that nearby water source, where hopefully a predator will not follow them in. And if you have some good eyes, my friends, there is a baby out there on the right too. There was definitely one a lot smaller than the adults. I'll go ahead and continue exploring this way though. Good places to keep your eyes out on while we're exploring around here, actually in some of the taller grasses in the brush. It does provide an excellent natural camouflage source for just about any animal. Never know exactly what might be around here. Both prey and predator can essentially stay hidden from each other within these plants. Oh, actually, friends, it looks like there's a beautiful pack of African wild dogs out here on the left. And African wild dogs, they are an extremely successful pack hunter. They will continuously chase their prey until it does collapse from exhaustion, in which case they will then attack and finish the job. They have an 80% success rate versus a lion that only has a 10% success rate. They are very good at what they do. They're also known as the painted dog, though, just because they have those beautiful colors. Coming up to some really interesting looking reddish brown mounds. These are termite mounds, created by termites using saliva, dirt, and other materials. As they bake in the sun, they're eventually going to become as hard as concrete. A lot of times animals like elephants will use them as a scratching post. As they do so, they're going to wear down. Once they wear down, smaller animals can then actually use them as a lookout post to give themselves a bird's eye view of the savanna. That way they can kind of keep their eyes on the lookout for predators that could potentially be lurking around. Really, really small animal. It's going to be coming up here on our right side, staying on top of the white belly. But this is a springbok. Springbok, they are the smallest antelope species you'll find here on the reserve. They usually only stand around 2 to 3 feet tall. At times, springbok will do an incredibly interesting behavior. It's called pronking. When they pronk, they are going to leap continuously in the air with their legs straight and their backs arched. Science isn't entirely sure why they do it. It just kind of occurs when something does excite them. They're actually a very fast antelope species as well. They can travel up to speeds of 58 miles an hour, which definitely impresses me, considering their legs are, well, they're very tiny. Looks like there are some more springbok out here on the right. I'm also seeing a very large herd of gray-colored animals that'll be up here on our right side. These gray-colored animals coming up are white-bearded wildebeest. Wildebeest actually do go through one of the longest and largest migrations of any animal. Around 1.5 million will travel anywhere from 500 to 1,000 miles. They're extremely well adapted for the migration as well, since they can go up to 5 days without water. But it looks like we're going to have a beautiful view of some Maasai giraffe coming up here on the right as well. You can tell they're Maasai since their spots are just a little bit more messy and a little bit irregular in appearance. Compared to some giraffe that may actually have spots that are more square-shaped and defined. They are the tallest land mammals on the planet, standing anywhere from 18 to 20 feet tall, although males typically will stand taller than females. Also some Ankoli cattle here to the right. Those are the animals with those massive-looking horns. They are the only domesticated animal on the reserve, and those horns, not really as heavy as you'd expect them to be. They're honeycombed inside, kind of like a sponge. So they're actually relatively lightweight. Now I know giraffe are extremely tall, but something kind of surprising about them. They only have a total of 7 vertebrae in their neck, and that is their neck bones, and that's actually the same amount that we as humans have. Giraffes also have a 16 to 18 inch long prehensile tongue, bluish black color to prevent sunburn. And there definitely is no denying though, that giraffes are the tallest land mammals on this planet. However, they are not the largest. Largest land mammals, those are African elephants, and I do think it'd be pretty cool to say we saw both. So I'm going to start making my way here towards elephant country in hopes that we do get pretty lucky. As we do make our way though, going to be passing some rocks coming up here to the left. It's an area that has been nicknamed Monkey Point. It's earned the nickname since it's said that a troop of mandrills has called the area home for a while now. Mandrills, they are the largest monkeys on the planet, and you can tell they're a monkey since they have a tail. And a ape will not have a tail, only monkeys do. Mandrills are also the most colorful monkey species on this planet though. A lot of bright and blue red on their face. Dominant males will also have color on their backside. female of this troop right here. She's on these rocks. She's going to be a lot smaller than the dominant male. Definitely don't see him right now. Although, friends, you're going to want to look on the left as well as the right because I also do see an elephant. Oh, hey! There's a little baby mandrill, my friends. You might see it hanging from the bush there on the left. But like I said, don't forget to look out here on the right as well because there is a beautiful elephant. Now, elephants, when they are fully grown, usually they're going to weigh around 11,000 pounds. Unfortunately, though, their size has not protected them from poaching. Poachers continue to kill elephants every single day for their ivory tusks. And the worst part about it is that there is no purpose. The only thing that poaching really benefits is the poacher's greed, their pocketbook's money. Poaching right now is also so serious that it is starting to lead elephants towards the path of extinction, meaning they would not exist on this planet ever again. If you just took photos of that elephant back there, I'll need to borrow them, because it's more than likely my future grandkids will never be able to see one in person like we just did. The thing is, though, it doesn't have to be that way. Each and every single one of us can actually do something about it even today. Simple as getting the message out there that ivory doesn't have value. The more and more that message gets spread around the world, the more likely people are not actually going to buy ivory products anymore from the black market. It's going to lose the value on the black market, and those poachers are going to have to find something else to do to make money. That'll stop poaching and actually give elephants a fighting chance to be around for many generations to come. I'm going to see if we can try to find some more, though. That's why I'm going through these red clay pits. And I definitely do see some fresh tusk marks, which is always a good sign. A lot of times elephants will use red clay, kind of like we use a multivitamin, just gives them a lot of nutrients. I'm going to go ahead and continue exploring this way and see if we can try to find some more. If we can, I'll definitely talk more about them. Actually looks like out there on the left, I definitely do see a herd, so we just need to try to get closer to them to see if we can get some better views. Now, herds of elephants, though, they are a little bit different than some of the other herds we've seen. That's because they are a matriarchal society, so it means that females are in charge. Usually it is the oldest, most experienced female that's going to lead the herd. She's called the matriarch. She'll have the most knowledge and experience to determine exactly where to take the group for food and water, since those locations will change depending on the time of the year. Many times male elephants are solitary, although occasionally they will form bachelor groups as well. At around 13 to 15 years, they will either leave the herd or the herd will kick them out. It is one way or the other. Now, the reason for the time frame, though, is elephants, they actually do have the second longest childhood of any mammal. We as humans are the only mammal that will actually have a longer childhood than an elephant. An elephant's pregnancy, though, it certainly is going to last a lot longer than any humans. It's usually around 22 months, and once they do give birth, a baby's easily going to be in the hundreds of pounds, so they do have some pretty big babies. Looks like we're finally getting a little bit close here. Definitely going to get a little bit of a better view. Now, something pretty cool about African elephants that I actually find to be the neatest coincidence I think you'll ever find in Mother Nature. They have ears that are in the same exact shape as the continent of Africa. I can see it looks like they're using them to cool themselves off just a little bit too. All I need to do is move them back and forth, and it's going to help cool them down ever so slightly. Looks like some different types of beautiful animals here on the left as well. Lots of greater flamingo. When they hatch, they actually are initially gray. It'll take them about a year to get those beautiful pink colors, and that is because of their diet of brine shrimp and other sea creatures. It contains the mineral beta-carotene, and it is that mineral that ultimately will turn them pink. Let me go ahead and pull up here and try to get a view on this elephant without those trees in the way. There we go. That is definitely a very gorgeous view right here, my friends. Now, as beautiful as this view is, though, we still have a lot of area left to explore today. Hoping that we're going to be able to find a lot of other animals this afternoon. Hopefully some more endangered species as well. So keep those fingers crossed. Our luck certainly has been very good so far. So I'm hoping that our luck does continue in our favor. Which it looks like it actually is, my friends. I just got a glimpse of a white rhino. I just need to get around this bush here. They're going to be on our left side. Now, white rhino, they're a species that is endangered because of poaching as well. Poachers have continuously killed rhino for their horns. Many cultures out there still believe the rhino horn has medicinal value. The rhino horn, though, is made of a material called keratin, That's actually the same exact protein as our own hair and fingernails. So as one can imagine, really not medically beneficial at all. Now, it's not always bad news though. There are conservation groups out there trying to help out animals like white rhino. In fact, thanks to the partnership with the Disney Conservation Fund, in 2006, 2 white rhino that were born right here on the reserve were sent to Uganda, a country previously extinct to these animals. And in 2011, for the first time in 30 years, a white rhino was born in Uganda once again. So definitely a very, very good news. Oh, did y'all just hear one of them sneeze? Oh, bless you. A couple of my favorite things to see from white rhino or just any animal is when they sneeze or when they're itchy. It's always hilarious. So I'm glad y'all got to see that. Very, very cute. Looks like there's actually another one that's going to be coming up here on the left too. It is wandering this way. Looks like it's going to get very close to us. Now friends, you're going to want to keep your eyes out here on the left as well, because there were also some reports earlier today that some cheetahs were spotted in the area. Cheetahs can be a little tricky to spot though, so you're going to want to, oh hey, actually looks like I do see a couple there. They're way at the bottom of that hillside. Now cheetahs, they are the fastest land mammals on the planet. When they reach their top speeds, it is 30 miles an hour, or 60 miles an hour. However, they can only maintain those speeds for an incredibly tiny distance. Looks like actually there are a couple more coming up here on the left as well, so you might be able to get another glimpse of those cheetah. Now, something that a lot of people don't realize about cheetah is that they actually are endangered as well. You see, they hunt in a wide variety of places, including farmers' farmland, so it does lead to some conflict. Well, we have made our way to some copies that are up here. Copies are tall rocks we do find on the savanna. Occasionally, animals will use it because it does provide an excellent vantage point on the surrounding area. Now, I don't see anything quite yet, but we'll go ahead and get ourselves around these rocks, see if there's anything on or around. Just gonna take us a couple moments. Keep looking, though. Oh, actually, it looks like there is a female lion in between those two sets of tall rocks. Now, she is doing exactly what I'd expect her to be doing at this time of the day, which is lying around. That's because they are generally inactive at least 18 hours a day, sometimes even more. Once the sun sets, that's when it's a different story. That's when lions do become a lot more active. It is the females that will hunt. A male lion will protect the pride. A male lion also has a roar that can actually be heard up to 5 miles across the entire savanna. So a very impressive set of vocals. Looks like actually the male's just coming right up here on this left side. Now male lions, they are the only ones with that beautiful mane, so females will not have it. They also weigh a lot more than females, usually at around 500 pounds. If they were looking at us right now, they actually would have vision very similar to ours. However, at night, a lion's vision is 6 times better than ours. So they really are incredibly well adapted for that nocturnal lifestyle. Another female up there too, way on the top rock. So a couple of them there. Now it looks like actually there are some burrows coming up here. Gonna have to see if there are any burrowing animals, which actually looks like there are indeed. I do see some warthog here to the left. Warthog, they are the largest burrowing mammal. Occasionally they're gonna get their burrows though from animals that have previously left them behind. When they go in their burrows, they'll